Well, prepare yourself, guys. Chris with T3 Medias, and this is episode 102 of Talking Through the Medias live. Now, what we're going to talk about today, well, for one, Dave Bautista tweets out that he is interested in being Bane, of course. Another tidbit, let's talk about the Spice Girls are thinking about doing another movie, or they're going to do another movie through Paramount, but it might be animated. There's a Lobo spinoff from the Krypton TV series. Boondocks are getting a reboot, and X-Women. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm also gonna binge review a show off of Netflix, and I want to talk about that pretty soon. So, of Bane. Okay, so Dave Bautista to play Bane. Now, from what I could tell, this was just a tweet from maybe a fan or somebody who says, this is what I want. I want to see Dave Bautista's Bane. But Dave Bautista responded on Twitter and said, I'm paraphrasing, I'm in or I'm down to do it. But I mean, of course, this isn't. And of course, then I checked the news feed, and this is something that people gravitate towards. Oh, what do you think about Dave Bautista playing Bane and this and that and the other, right? But this is not news. I mean, a working actor wants to play a popular character in a popular franchise. Not groundbreaking. There's a lot of people out there who want to play Bane. But Dave Bautista, hey, you know what? Working relationship with James Gunn. I didn't think Bane would be a fit for Suicide Squad 2, but now that I'm hearing it, hey, that's something interesting, right? I'm down. So he's got his foot in the door in a lot of things. So Bane in Suicide Squad 2, and he's gonna be Drax again for a third time. Look, Dave Bautista is crushing it. I cannot wait to see his next movie, his comedy that's coming out. I'm gonna be at the advanced screening of that. Bautista is crushing it in Hollywood right now, and I'm psyched about him and everything that he's been doing lately. I mean, he's not the greatest actor in the world, and he would be the first to tell you that. Look, The Rock didn't start off as the greatest actor in the world. He's still not, but his work ethic, his charisma, I mean, is pure energy, just like Dave Bautista, and probably the fact that he's a guy that people like to work with, and I haven't heard anything bad since. Hey, and he's a no nonsense guy. Dave knows how to make money. He knows how to provide. So I got a lot of props for him when the James Gunn thing happened, and he stuck his neck out for him. He got my respect big time from that. Look, Dave Bautista. In a Batman universe, Suicide Squad thing, that would be pretty amazing to see that. After the Dark Knight Rises, people are curious to see what else can be done with the Bane character. So my 2 cents, for whatever it's worth, I say go for it. I never thought of Bane being a fit for Suicide Squad until I saw it. I'm like, wow, heck yeah. And hey, look, we all know that Gunn knows how to pull a good performance out of Bautista, knows how to use him perfectly. So go for it, man. I'm down. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Put it in the box. So what I talk about when I talk about the box, it's a comment section or a tweet. You got the information down there. Send me a question. Support the channel. Put it in the box and let me know what you guys think. And let's move on to the next thing while I try to work the camera. And you know what? I have yet to watch one episode of Krypton, though I've been told how great it is, how awesome it is, and that I need to watch it. I was a huge Smallville fan. Huge. I've been watching everything that's been on the CW. So why isn't that I have not watched Krypton? I don't know. I mean, it's getting renewed for another season, and there's a spinoff. So something must be happening. So I must be crazy. I must be the only idiot out there who's not watching it. So I need to check it out because I came across this that there's going to be a Lobo spinoff. Now you already was like crazy. It was already crazy to me that that you're featuring the Lobo character in a TV show that's all about Superman's grandfather. Not even grandfather, right? So how weird is this? You know, I was thinking about earlier today. What would a Kryptonian really look like? You're talking about how I was watching The Office, and it was coming across that a Christmas episode where it's like the black guy wanted to be Santa Claus. Like, you can't be Santa Claus for obvious reasons. Like, what's so obvious about it, right? And then it makes me always stuff like that always makes me think of Superman. That he's a white guy. No, he was created by a white guy. He was created by white men in a world where that you appeal to the mass. It had to appeal, right? But he's an alien. He has features of what. Now I don't want to get into the whole semantics of like they changed the history that Kryptonians colonized the majority of the galaxy, and that technically Earthlings, their ancestors really came from Krypton and all that. No, come on, that wasn't the story back then. So technically, Superman was never a white guy, so anybody can play him. Where am I going with this, right? But then it's like, what would a Kryptonian really look? I want to know if there's a scientist out there who, based on what we've seen in movies and what we've seen in the comic books of what Krypton, the characteristics of the planet is. I mean, scientists on these documentaries and stuff, like they say, based on what a planet, the elements that are majority or floating around mostly in any planet, animals, germs, bugs, sentient beings would have very odd features that would fit and make sense for that planet. So you got a planet with crystals everywhere and things like that. There's no way that Kryptonians should look the way they look. Not even be humanoid. I don't even think that. I mean, it's weird. I remember one comic book where it said that Superman was a weird looking alien thing, but when he was discovered as a baby and they saw him, he used a mental thing to make himself simulate human beings and whatnot. That made more sense, and I never dove into that again, but I'm curious about that. Why did I go off on that anyway? Let me go back to the story at hand. Lobo. The guy, only thing I really know about Lobo from what I've seen from the cartoons. I also know about that whole thing where he merged with Wolverine and the amalgam stuff. But Lobo has always been an interesting character, and who I've always wanted to see play Lobo is The Rock. But we got this guy for the TV show. That's for the movies, but we got Emmett for the TV show, and I like him. I think he's in the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? He's a good actor. Not what I would have imagined for Lobo. More like of a Rock or a Dave Bautista sized dude, because this is a guy who's supposed to be able to go toe to toe with Superman, right? But it's the alien physiology thing, so it's not about the size, it's about the power. And Lobo is a powerful dude. This guy is not to be messed with, and I haven't seen him his character on the show, but now I'm very much curious in watching this, based on the fact that there's now going to be a spinoff on it. I got to catch up to Krypton, and I got to catch up to Lobo, and I want to see his performance because they got the look down. They got it down. I like the way he looks with the makeup and stuff. So you know what? Let me give it a shot. Let me give it a chance. Let me catch up to this stuff. Let me know what you think. First, let me put it in the box. What do you think about my whole what should the Kryptonians really look like theory? I want to get some scientists on this, man. Tell me what they should really, based on all the stuff that we know about the planet, what should a Kryptonian really look like? Number 2, do you think this whole Lobo thing is going to take off? Is it going to be more popular than the Krypton thing? And what do you think about a Lobo movie, man? Should The Rock be interested in that? No way. Well, he's already Black Adam. I don't know. Let's see what happens. And like I said, put it in the box, and we'll keep talking about that. As it as it all goes about. Look, what I love about the whole Superman thing is that they seem to be able to do some successful stuff on the the TV shows and stuff like that. Even though a lot of people are saying like, well, John can't be talking about how he's being jawbird on Supergirl and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. But I like the way, for the most part, Superman has been handled. I have no problem with it. That's all. I've probably been doing myself a disservice not watching the Krypton TV show. So now that they got Lobo in there, I love the way you talk that you fragging piece of. But this is only stuff I only know from the cartoon. So who knows? Who knows how it plays in live animation? Maybe I would think that it's bad. All right, let's move on to the next topic. So let's go. So the next topic, right? You guys heard about this right here? That the Boondocks should be getting a reboot, and I want to know what you guys feel, how you feel about it. Now, how I feel about it, for the most part, it's about time. But at the same time, it's because it took so long between seasons for him he was such a perfectionist to write it out and to come out with a season, because he wanted to make sure that it was done right. And I heard he was taken off of the project, and then but they made a point to say the Boondocks is getting rebooted, and it's going to be with the original creator. He's not, he's being brought back to his own show, which I don't know why he was even taken off of it in the first place, right? But the first thing I saw online was somebody go, they better not change a damn thing. Like, what? Why? Why wouldn't you want it to be upgraded or done? But I mean, I knew what he meant. The guy, he meant that he likes the way the animation is and all that stuff. But I mean, is it the same network? Is it comedy? Is it who's doing it? So I don't think it's going to be 100% the same. Maybe the animation, if the animation is a little bit different, a little bit upgraded or something, or they change some of the features, maybe they're going to make it look a little bit more like the comic strip, right? Who knows? But I do want the same cast. I hope that they're all coming back. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But look, we're getting some more Boondocks. So the person I saw online, I was like, they better not change a damn thing. Or what? What you gonna do? Just gonna not watch it? I mean, if they change it, make it for the better. It makes it for the better. The guy who's in charge of it, I mean, come on. He seems to know what he's doing. And if he's back in full control, I'm sure it'll be fine. What changes are you worried about? It's weird. You better not change a damn thing. Voice actors might come and go. Other people might not want to do the projects anymore. I know a guy playing Uncle Ruckus, as you see right here. He wants a movie. Uncle Ruckus wants a movie. So things might change, man. I mean, dude. Calm down. I'm just excited that it's happening. Boondocks has been. There's been so much stuff going on lately that the Boondocks have really been needing to get on and tackle. So I'm surprised that I'm surprised that it hasn't happened sooner. So I'm looking forward to it. So let me know what you guys think. Like I'm saying now, put it in the box, and let's keep talking about that. And so let's move on to while I move on to the next topic of conversation right here. Okay. The Spice Girls are doing a movie, and it's supposed to be animated. And no, this is not a joke. I am, I guess, a fan of the Spice Girls. I'll admit it. In the middle of all the NSYNC stuff, I listened to the Spice. Like, goodbye, my friend. I'm independence day for here. So glad you made it. Time will never change you. No. It's time to say goodbye. You would not believe it if I told you, but guess who my favorite Spice Girl is to this day? Nope, wrong again. Sporty Spice. I don't know what it. I'll tell you why. She had the best voice. They were all good, decent singers, but that girl could sing. Mel B and all them, they can sing. Like they tried to market her more because she tried to do a song with Missy Elliott and had that solo career a little bit going on. But sporty, the only thing that held her back was that sporty character. She was a tomboy. They were trying to no, they like her figure better and this and that and the other. If she would have just shed that, because look at her, she's adorable. She's freaking adorable. They're all very pretty, but she is adorable. But look right here in the old picture though. Right there, they got her all behind baby and shit, right? But she was always. I looked down like that girl is very pretty. I felt like she was the most marketable one, and she sung. She had range above all of them. If every time somebody was hitting that note, it was her. It was nobody else. It was always her. So the way they have her, the way she conducts herself and carries herself now, which is probably how she really had herself all along. But no, you have to play the sporty character. I think that held her back. I think she would have had a very successful solo career. Probably more than whatever she's doing through now. I'm talking about like a name to this day, still a big name in America, but she's still linked with the Spice Girls. That's not a negative thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just that I always thought, I knew it back then. That third album actually is where I really figured it out. I listened to her voice. Sporty should be like where Maroon 5 and all those people are right now. She should be there. She should be. But as a solo artist, I don't know why she didn't. She probably felt like somebody got in her head, maybe like you can't do it without the Spice Girls. No. She could. Oh well, Posh got married. And Posh don't even smile. No, she explains why she don't smile. You know what? She don't have to smile. Why everybody got all in the face about smiling and stuff. But she went out of her way though to be like, hey, we're doing this album cover. And she's like, everybody's like, yeah, we're excited about this album. She's like, I'm dating David Beckham. I'm fine. And that was it. It was like, she's like, look. I feel like Posh should have been Captain Marvel. Tell me to smile again, see what happens. But I don't know. Am I crazy? I just feel like nobody's really. I've been talking about everything except for the topic. Why? Because I don't see where this could go. Is it going to be, it's animated, right? So is it going to be like a sci-fi adventure kind of a thing? Is it going to be like a Sailor Moon kind of a thing? It's got the Spice Girls. They're going to be superheroes, going to be solving crime. Their characters, it works in an animated. I'm actually surprised I didn't think about this way back then. That Spice Girls movie should have been an animated cartoon. They could have had a series and they could have been in totally different they had the power then. They should have did it then. Paramount's going to do it now. I mean, if you're looking to do it to this day in a time and a space where nobody knows who the Spice Girls are anymore, really. So now you're going to try to capture a new generation of girls and make this into a thing. You should probably test it out on Netflix first as a series, maybe. But you're going straight for the movie. So maybe, I don't know. Let's see. It could work depending on how well it's written. If it's done in an adventure kind of a way, if it's anything like trying to what happened or semi that movie thing that they how Billie Eilish was talking about how she thought the Spice Girls was like fictional character. Maybe that's why they thought about making this into a cartoon movie, because Billie Eilish, whatever, however say her name. She thought the Spice Girls was a movie, like those were all movie characters. She didn't find out until well after that these were real singers that did real things and made probably sold more albums than you ever will. No offense to I love Billie Eilish, but the Spice Girls and that pop era during all that, dude, they were crushing. Diddy is quoted for saying he was trying to get that album to number one. It could never hit number one. It was always number two because the Spice Girls was just crushing it with that Wannabe song. And he was like, what the f is going on? The Spice Girls was crushing it, dude. It takes a lot to hit those numbers, and they hit it in a worldwide. They dominated America, dominated England. They were global. I mean, and this was before the internet was really booming like the way it is now. Sorry. It takes a lot to hit those numbers. So their fans are still out there, but they're all grown up. It's about capturing the new. They have to, if they it's a cartoon is probably the most brilliant thing that they can do. You're going after the new demographic, the young kids, and all that. So maybe, just maybe, maybe it'll work. I don't know though. I don't know. It makes me wonder. Um, it makes me wonder what it could be, or what they could do. But I guess we'll find out. Dude, I did this way better now. So let me know what you guys think before I'm about to move on to the next thing. Before I say, put it in the box. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Spice Girls new movie thing. This idea. What are the things that you think will make it work, or won't, or you think it just won't work at all? Put it in the box, and let's keep talking about it now. Ex women, that whole line. You know, every time something's gone down, Charles, it was always a woman that saved you. You should think about changing it from X-Men to X-Woman. I didn't think about that line at all. She got him. She got you. But everybody wants to make everything a thing now. Guess more. They're trying to make. You got Captain Marvel taking the glove, and all these women lining up, and they're trying to make this social justice movement happen. Come on, man. All these movies we see the same thing. Well, at least we got to see something different for a minute. Like, damn. Like, God, everybody's got to be mad about a potential movement. You should probably call it the X-Women. The X-Men don't make sense anymore. You think that don't make sense? Call it the X-Women and see what happens. I mean, for one, here's how ridiculous the whole argument is. It was created. Whether it was called the X-Men or women or not, it doesn't matter. If it would have been called the X-Women back then, that's what it would have been, the X-Women. But it was called the X-Men. And they used the word men in the plural term for man, woman, but whatever, right? But it's the fact that that's what's been put on those lunch kits and backpacks and shit for 50 years? That's what's been marketed. X-Men has been on TV shows and cartoons and stuff. That's what the name of the team has been. That's what the copyright is. That's what the register is. So that's the name recognition. Changing it now would just make no sense financially. It doesn't make any sense. And there's nobody seriously talking about about doing that. But people who with their agenda, the whole I hate Brie Larson, and they wanted that she's always a this and that, and then trying to make everybody a social justice warrior, a crazy person or whatever. They that's their agenda. Trying to make, if somebody says something, oh wow, that would be funny. I mean, does the somebody? It's probably somebody that just said on the top of his head, wow, I guess the word X-Men is kind of outdated. Don't mean that they're actually marching in front of Marvel like change it to the X-Women, change it to the. Nobody's doing that. But no, people want to do these preemptive strikes. Oh, somebody made the suggestion on Twitter. I'm gonna make a whole movement about it, about the opposition of it. No to the X-Women, no to this and that. Women this and that. Stop making everything on. I don't care. I personally don't care. Make Charlie's Angels about 3 guys and make Charlize Theron. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, make that movie. Make that happen. Look, all these things about about changing names and making this is why the movie failed and this and that. They're trying to make these agendas. No. People came into that movie with already wanting it to fail or thinking it was going to fail. Where everybody's just waiting for the MCU to take over. Kevin Feige is not. Sorry about this. Kevin Feige is not going to do anything that's going to mess up the name record. I mean, they got the rights and own the name X. The word X-Men is what the team is going to be called. Do I care if there's a bunch of movies with all the female X-Men? No. It would be called Storm and of the X-Men, and when she comes in the group, it's gonna be. You know what? Here's what. Let's go on to what the MCU should do with the X-Men property. I feel like they should do it the way, which we've had X-Men movies already before, but I feel like the X-Men should be done the way the Avengers have been done. I want a Psylocke movie. I want her to come back. I know it's probably not possible because of the reboot and all that. I want a Psylocke movie, a Rogue movie. I want a Wolverine movie. Of course, that's probably going to be one of the first. I want a Cyclops movie. Cyclops and Jean. Scott and Jean's the Scott and Jean story. That's a movie right there by itself. Him being forming the X-Men and all that. A Gambit movie, a Bishop movie, then an X-Men movie. I mean, we don't even have to call them the Avengers. The phases, ending the phases don't even have to be Avengers. It's Marvel. Just call it Marvel. There you go. And have them all come together. It's no longer the Avengers anymore. Or for the next couple of years, make for the next 10 years, make everything lead up to an X-Men movie and whatnot until it's time to reboot the Avengers again. Or make the event movie just Marvel. You know, you got this movie, that movie, and they do a X-Men movie, and then and at the same time, Thor and all Captain America, they do this movie, that movie, and they come up with an Avengers movie, and then a year after that, or 2 years after that, after those two movies come out, then 1 year an X-Men movie, the next year an Avengers movie. Everything, all the solo movies lead up to an X-Men movie. Then the year after, it leads up to an Avengers movie. And then at the end of that year, in December, a Marvel movie. You know what? I mean, hey, who knows what they're going to do? That's just my suggestion. But all this crap about, the women and stuff like that, I mean, come on, man. It's just ridiculous. It's been, nobody's changing the name of anything because you're going to mess up the money. And not because X-Women won't sell. It's just that the X-Men was what was patented and sold years ago. You change the name. You don't have an identity. You have a company, and you can't imagine if McDonald's would have changed the name from McDonald's, then they changed it to Big Mac Land, and then a couple years later they called it McNugget World and stuff like that, and then 20 years later, man, let's go back to McDonald's. And dude, you ain't got you don't have an identity. Why are you changing your name all the time for it? That shit works for P. Diddy. They don't work in the business in restaurants and movies and stuff and in comic books and stuff like that. I mean, they make separate stories for these things. There's no problem with the women and Storm, and I want them to entertain. One thing I'm really glad about is this lady right here, Storm and the Black Panther. I want whoever, if it's her or if they get somebody else, I want that whole story with the title. By Black Panther 3. Storm better be a part of that shit. I'm telling you, it better happen. It might not be for Black Panther 2, but damn well better be by Black Panther 3. So all this stuff is coming together, man. Like let them do let Disney do their thing. Like nobody's changing nothing. And if they do a bunch of movies, Ms. Marvel movie, you got idiots out there that just want to troll just for the sake of trolling. Like, he's my boy. I love him. But like Tyrone Magnus the other day was like, I don't believe it made $1 billion. Why? Because Disney has to lie about making money? Because you didn't like the movie? You know how many movies you don't like that make a lot of movies that I don't like make a lot of movies? Like you know how many people didn't like Lord of the Rings? Didn't like Star Wars? It's fake news. All right, you must be. Well, you gotta. I guess you all want them like them Hodge twin. I mean, just kiss up, kiss up to all that shit, and just try to troll everybody all the time. I mean, if that's the way you want to live your life, I mean, having fun is one thing, but when you blatantly just try to perpetrate a lie because you personally got a stake in it, I personally don't like it, so they've got to be lying about it. Why does Bob Iger, Kevin Feige don't have to lie to you? They don't have to spend. Since when do these billionaires waste their money like that? Who are they convincing to fake these ticket sales? How would the lie keep going? The people don't ever let logic in. How could you really keep the lie going? You're going based on an idiot on YouTube who took a video of an empty movie theater. He told you, and they put on the description, this is Captain Marvel. Prove it. Keep sitting there and play the whole. Let's see the whole movie. Go out and hey, how come nobody's in there? Well, maybe because it's 10 o'clock in the morning, sir. And this is a small theater. Nobody comes here at this time. Go enjoy your movie. At 7 o'clock, it's jam packed. It's 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. But no, you don't investigate it. No, the message fits what you feel, so you're just going to run with it. People need to get over themselves, man. X-Women, oh my God, they're going to change everything. Oh, no, they're not. Relax. Or not. Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe you can't relax. Maybe you need it to be. I don't know. Let me know what you guys put it in the box.